I have a 1975 Honda XL 350 and it's been sitting for a long time now since I've run it, and it's starting to get in pretty bad shape. So I'm gonna try and get it running. The first problem I have is the fuel tank, and it is completely rusted out, so I need to work on that. The first step is going to be shaking out all this loose rust, and there's a lot of it. I'm going to use straight vinegar to loosen up this rust and dissolve it. So the first thing I need to do is clog this hole on the bottom, and I'm just going to use some heavy-duty tape. So the next thing is that I need an aggregate in there, and I found these epoxy-coated screws, and I think they're going to work pretty well. The next step is going to be to pour about a half a gallon of straight household vinegar in this tank. I'm not going to dilute it or anything. And now the work begins. I need to shake this a lot. So I'm going to shake it about 3 or 4 minutes at a time, and then let it soak a little, and just repeat this over the next couple of hours. It's time to pour the vinegar out and then try and get all that aggregate out of there, and then see how this looks. It took a little bit of shaking, but I finally managed to get the last screw out of the tank. Wow, what a dramatic difference. Almost all that rust is gone. The next step is to give this a really good flushing with water. The acid needs to be neutralized with a base, so I'm going to use a little bit of dish soap. After some sloshing around with the dish soap, I'm going to rinse it all out nice and clean. At this point, I need to dry this as quickly as possible so that it doesn't flash rust. So I'm going to use the heat gun and set it on its lowest setting so that it doesn't damage my tank. The nozzle of the heat gun fits really well in the hole, and I've got really good air coming out of this port, so I'm going to let this run for a couple of hours and get it really good and dry. Well, the tank is good and dry, so let's take a look and see how it turned out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's just a little bit of rust in there, but all the major stuff is gone. It's not perfect, but I think that's going to work. So stay tuned for next time where I free up a stuck throttle body.